Is Steve Harvey's daughter really exposing him for being a hypocrite? So Brandi Harvey is sick and tired of her father acting right by Marjorie's kids while being horrible to his own biological kids, and she is spilling some juicy Harvey family secrets. And y'all won't believe the stories she's got to tell. Steve Harvey might just be faking it whenever he acts like he is the perfect husband and father. Well, his wife Marjorie is going to agree that he's the best husband, and Lori is also going to agree that he's the best dad to her. But to Steve's biological kids, well, he's not going to be winning Father of the Year awards anytime soon. Now, we all know that Steve is the type of guy that almost always has the answers, especially when it comes to family issues. But when it comes to his own family, well, he kind of runs out of ideas because there is a lot of mess going on within that family, especially between his 4 biological kids, his 3 adopted kids, and his 3rd and current wife, Marjorie. His biological kids feel like Steve favors Marjorie and her kids over them, and he doesn't even try to hide it. And the wild part is that Steve doesn't care about how his biological kids feel, because this drama has been going on for a long time, and he has done nothing to stop it or try to make peace between his kids. According to sources, his kids are especially jealous of Lori because she seems to be getting all of Steve's attention while leaving the rest of them to compete for the crumbs that Steve throws at them here and there. A source said he did the right thing adopting Marjorie's kids and loves them like his own, but there's a lot of dissension among the blended Harvey clan. There has unfortunately been some jealousy lingering amongst the siblings over Lori, who's the most famous of all Steve's kids, taking over the spotlight with her high-profile love life. I'm not a member of the Steve Harvey clan or anything like that, but everyone who has eyes and follows the family is going to agree that Steve obviously favors Lori the most, and there's no denying it because he even treats her differently from the rest. He talks about her more than the rest of his kids combined, and it would be so easy for us to forget that he has other kids apart from Lori.
Okay, who's your favorite person?
Oh, without a doubt, 100%.
I know that's right.
But while his favoritism of Lori is problematic, it's not the only thing that's making his bio kids mad, because there is a lot more to unpack. Like the fact that Marjorie controls everything that Steve does. Now, I gotta respect the fact that Steve adopted Marjorie's kids and loves them a lot, because not every man can do that, and Steve's a good man for that. But the problem isn't just that he loves Marjorie's kids, it's that he doesn't show the same love for his own kids. And in fact, word on the street is that his own kids believe that he doesn't even love them half as much as Marjorie and her kids, and they believe that their stepmother Marjorie has a big hand behind it. Oh, but it gets even worse. Y'all know how I said that Steve doesn't show much love for his own kids? Well, I wasn't giving y'all the full picture because he was an absentee dad to his own kids for a huge chunk of their childhood. It's so bad that his son, Broderick, has admitted that he didn't have a relationship with Steve until he was 16.
I didn't really have my dad full-time into my life until I was 16, right?
That's just crazy because 16 is almost an adult. And imagine not having your father in your life for most of your childhood until 2 years before you become a legal adult. Child. But as bad as that sounds, Broderick had it easy compared to Steve's other biological son, Winton. For those who don't follow the Harvey family drama, Winton is Steve's son with his second wife, Mary, and that marriage ended in a messy divorce that still causes drama every now and then. When they split, Mary initially had custody of Winton while Steve got visitation rights, but then Mary began to make complaints about how Winton was being treated badly whenever he went over to Steve's. Mary revealed that Winton told her some disturbing things about what went down when he was over at Steve's. She claimed that Steve often got physical with Winton and hit him on several occasions. Apparently, there was a time that Steve got mad and punched the boy so hard in the chest that he had the wind knocked out of him. And get this, that was not the last time, because she also claimed that there was a time Winton even came home one time looking all beat up and bruised after Steve had given him a whooping regarding his schoolwork. It was so bad that Mary claimed that the boy couldn't pee for days. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to swear by whooping and how it helped to make them better people, and I'm not even going to argue with y'all. But what I am going to say is that whooping a kid so hard that they get bruised and can't pee for days is not discipline. It's violence, and we gotta call a spade a spade. So Mary called the police. They even took pictures as evidence, but then they went ahead and cleared Steve and any wrongdoing, and guess what? Steve was able to put a gag order on Mary, so she can't talk about him anymore. Steve's relationship with his twins, Carly and Brandi, wasn't so good either. Steve was kind of distant from them and never really made any effort to be super active in their lives, especially since he got divorced from their mom when they were just kids. But in comparison, Steve was super present and very active in the lives of Marjorie's kids, and he even went on frequent father-daughter dates with Lori where they talked about things like boys, dating, and stuff like that, which is something that he never did with his own daughters.
On one of our annual father-daughter dates to my favorite Japanese restaurant, and you just started talking to me about guys, and you just told me that you always supported me and you'd always be there for me no matter what, and you loved me unconditionally.
It's sweet that Steve did all that for Lori, especially since she had no father figure in her life, but he should have been doing the same for his own kids as well. It gets crazier because Steve's kids, especially Brandi, are convinced that Marjorie made Steve abandon them. For those who don't know, Marjorie has quite a colorful past. She and Steve actually met back when he was still an aspiring comedian and hadn't gotten his money right then. While Steve liked her, they didn't pursue a relationship because she was not about that lifestyle, if y'all know what I mean. So he stuck it out with his then wife Mary, who held him down until he made enough money to marry Marjorie. But in the meantime, Marjorie got involved in an interesting relationship. She was married to a drug dealer named Jim Townsend, and when he got arrested and sent to prison, she divorced him and moved on with an unknown man with whom she had Lori. Not many people know this, but Marjorie also got investigated by the FBI for an alleged involvement in Jim's drug ring, but she was ultimately not charged with anything. She got married to Steve, made him adopt her kids, and she also made him favor her own kids more to secure their future. To be fair, he did provide for his biological kids financially, but that's it. He never really went the extra step to be devoted like he was to his adopted kids. Someone commented, "I went to college with the twins, and that man did not attend a family day event, not a heritage festival event, not a comedy show, not a football game, basketball game, field hockey, or bowling. Not a nothing. They were extremely humble and nice. He had nothing to do with that. I have always found it hard to listen to anything he has to say." Another person said, "That's not his daughter. His real kids were put on the back burner. Marjorie is a hustler, plain and simple. And had he not got his money, this wouldn't even be a conversation." And this other person said, "He could give his biological children all those things. Wouldn't take away the hurt of seeing him being devoted to Lori and her mother. Your parents' love is priceless. Money can't buy that." So what do y'all think of Steve being an absentee father and then favoring Lori over his biological kid? Let me know in the comments and check out this next video.